We're going to talk about strategies on how to win in life as an underdog and why do underdogs win. What is up, my fellow goal getter? Welcome back to another video. My name is Zach, and if this is your first time here and you want the best tips on how to dominate life, make sure you hit the subscribe button and tap the bell notifications. That way you don't miss anything. And we're getting started right now.
Yeah, we some goal getters.
We're getting started right now.
We some goal getters.
I had just gotten fired from my job at a clothing store that I just got promoted 2 weeks in because I was their top salesperson, but they fired me because they found out that I was a convicted felon. So I had just put in my 2 weeks at this other job at the bar and grill where I was working 50 to 60 hours a week. And I finally thought that, hey, I'm moving forward, I'm putting my past behind me, and I'm advancing my career. Well, 2 days later, boom, no job. And that sucked, man. That was like, man, it was horrible. You know, I finally thought I was moving forward, and then bam, everything got taken away from me. So instead of just searching for other opportunity, I felt sorry for myself and started throwing a pity party. And this led to me becoming an alcoholic, talking about drinking from sunup to sundown. And then I woke up in Ferguson Police Department, blackout drunk, didn't even know how I got there. And to find out that I was heading back to prison. And this was 20 days before my twin sons were born. And that was like, man, that was the lowest I've ever felt. You know, I felt big enough to sit on a penny and swing my feet from it. I'm getting ready to miss my children being born, and I'm leaving my girlfriend at the time, now wife, out there to bring these kids into the world all by herself. You know, how would that make you feel as a man, you know, to have to go through that? So during this time, though, you know, that was at the lowest of my low. That's one of the worst feelings I've ever felt in my life. But at the same time, I'm so grateful for it because that adversity is what gave me that drive. And yeah, I'm an underdog. You know, I'm getting ready to come home 8 months later, fresh out of prison, no work history, felony conviction record, no way I can get a decent job anywhere. How am I going to make this work? So I came home, though, 8 months later, couldn't find a job anywhere. I'm searching rigorously day in and day out, 5 to 20 applications a day, not getting any results. And you know, that made me feel desperate because I wanted to be able to provide for my family, and I felt inadequate because I couldn't provide for them. You know, and I'm supposed to be the man of the family. And then I got introduced to network marketing that I did for 2 years before moving on. And I was able to produce almost a $2,000 a month income off of that. And, you know, I was fired up because, like, man, wow, you know, I have an opportunity to actually take care of my family. And I found something, entrepreneurship, and network marketing wasn't the answer for me, but it opened the door to personal development and to entrepreneurship, which I love. And when I was in network marketing, I got introduced to personal development, started reading books and learned about goal setting. And it was a process. It took years of figuring out the most effective goal setting strategies and what works and what doesn't, how to break down your goals so you can get rid of feeling overwhelmed, how to, you know, use pain and pleasure to propel you to take action instead of keeping you from taking action. All these different things, right, that go in with effective goal setting. And I became excited, you know, and, you know, I still the underdog. I got all the odds stacked against me, but being the underdog, being in that position, I feel like was an advantage because it gave me extra motivation. It gave me extra drive. You know, everybody's telling me that you can't do this and that you won't be able to make it happen. And that's like, don't tell me that I can't. I'm going to prove you wrong. You know, and that's what I used to drive. It was a driving force, along with other driving motivational factors in my life, like my family, you know, and like that I wanted to create something that lives on after I'm gone. But having that extra motivation of people telling me that I can't and that I'm an underdog and that I'm not going to make it, that just made it a lot more motivating to go out and make things happen. So like we just discussed, number one tool you're going to have as an underdog is everyone telling you that you can't. Don't let that discourage you. Let that motivate you. Let that piss you off, all right? There's nothing wrong with you using anger and aggression in a productive way to channel it into reaching success, reaching the things that you want in life. When people tell me I can't, I'm gonna use that to go out and make it happen. You know, that when somebody tells me I can't, I laugh at them, and it grinds my gears, but it also spurs that action that I need to go out and make things happen. That's tip number one. I think Tony Robbins is who said this. He says, you don't need to have all the resources, you just need to be resourceful. And what that means is you don't need to have all the money. You don't need to have all the tools that you need. You don't need to have everything that you need to make whatever goal that it is that you have come true right now. You just need to be resourceful. Who do you know that can help you? What tools can you get? What kind of questions can you ask yourself? What are the next steps you can take? Figure this stuff out. Being resourceful will get you to that goal. And one of the best ways to be resourceful is to set goals effectively. Have an effective strategy on setting goals. I cannot explain this enough. Like, when I was going through my dark times in life, when I didn't have any goals in life, I felt empty. I didn't have no purpose, no driving motivational factor in my life. But once I honed in on my purpose and learned these goal setting strategies, when I have a goal, I race out of bed in the morning to go to work. I love what I do, and when you love what you do and you have goals that are aligned with your purpose, you're not bored. You're not unmotivated. You're fired up every single day. Yeah, certain days, like I may not feel like going and actually doing the grind, but then I think about those reasons why I'm doing it, and I get fired right back up, and I get to work consistently day in and day out. So having an effective goal setting strategy is critical to your success. And if you don't have a effective goal setting strategy, I highly encourage you to check out my simple 6-step process that I developed after spending years of what works and what doesn't, and trial and error. You know, there was a lot of pain that came with developing this process, but that can be all wiped away for you because I've had something that works, and you can get it right here. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're the top dog or you're the underdog. All that matters is how bad do you want it, and what are you willing to do to make it happen. That's all that matters. And actually, I believe being the underdog, you actually have an advantage because you get extra motivational factors. Yeah, you might not have as much resources as the top dogs do, but that motivation, that drive, that how bad you want it, that work ethic that comes from being the underdog, use that to your advantage. That's your greatest gift, your greatest asset that you can ever ask for. If you enjoyed this video and you want to check out more videos that are going to help you dominate as an underdog, make sure you check out this playlist right there. And if you have any tips or anything that's helped you, if you're an underdog and you found ways to overcome and make things happen, you have any tips that you want to share with the community, please drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your stories, your success stories. I like to hear what is and what isn't working, and I'm pretty sure that everybody here would love to hear as well. So I appreciate you tuning in, and if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, hit the subscribe button and tap the bell notifications. That way you don't miss anything if you want the best tips on how to dominate your life. And as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.
Yeah, we some go-getters.
We're getting started right now.